Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy. See, already we started the chapter sets and in the last class I explained the subsets. See, once again I am explaining that. Suppose A is a set to 1, 2, 3 and B I am giving as 1, 2 and C is 2, 4, 5. When you observe this clearly, we can read that B is a subset of A because the elements from B 1, 2 they are the elements of the set A, but C is not the subset of A. Why? Because 2 is the element of A, but 4 and 5 are not the element of A. So consider one more example. If you write the elements in the form of set means in the flower bracket. These are the subsets of set A. But if you write only the element, then it is not the subset of A. Now consider, I am giving you one important point that is very important for your CET. Please note down that. Write on the note, it is very important for your CET. An element of a set can never be a subset of itself. See, after this I am giving you important subsets here. Subsets of set of real numbers. Subsets of sets of real numbers. So the first comes as a natural number because the natural number is the smallest set. When we are familiar in that natural number is the smallest set. There are many important subsets of R. R means set of real numbers. As consider one by one. The set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers. Yes, already you are familiar. How you are denoting? We are denoting it by n and it starts with 1. It contains only the positive numbers. The next one, the set of integers. The set of integers, this is we are denoting either z or I, and it contains 0 plus or minus numbers, or we can write it as like this. Next, the set of rational numbers. The set of rational numbers. See, why we are considering all these are subsets of real number? Because real number is the biggest set. It is a union of rational and irrational numbers. The set of rational numbers. You know how to write the rational numbers? Denoting by q. That is any number in the form of fraction p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. Suppose the denominator is 0, then we cannot write a fraction. Next, the set of irrational numbers denoted by t is composed of all other real numbers. Thus, t is equal to x such that x belongs to R and x does not belongs to Q. Q means it is a set of rational numbers. Already we are familiar. That is all real numbers that are not rational. That are not rational numbers of T. Of T. Include, it contains what? Root 5, root 2 and so on. Not only that, it also contains 5. And the very important for CET is, you know that already I told, set of natural number is the smallest set. That means set of natural number is a subset of integers. Integers is a subset of rational numbers. This is one point. Second one, rational number is a set of irrational number. Sorry, rational number is a set of real numbers, because real number is what? It is the biggest set. It is a union of rational and irrational. And irrational is also subset of real numbers. But set of natural number is not the subset of irrational numbers. This is very important. You have to note down that. Now we are moving to the important concept, that is intervals. So intervals, please note down. I will explain each and everything very slowly, because I am giving you a time to write a note along with me only. Next. Intervals. Intervals as subsets, that I am explaining in the form of subsets of real number R. R means real numbers. Here, suppose if you are taking a two element A and B from the real number R, and A is less than B. A is less than B means this is the smallest number, this is the biggest number, and A less than B. Remember, then the set of real numbers. Real number means it is a decimal, fraction, whatever it is. Numbers. It can take x or y. Y such that it is lying between. It is lying between A and B. See, Kannada medium students, please don't take the tension if I explain everything in English, because slowly you come to know whatever I am explaining. In between, iveradra madhya, A and B. See the symbol. I am taking only one symbol less than. Is called only one symbol. Please note down, not writing two symbols. It is only one symbol less than. Is called an open interval. Kannada medium students, I am explaining with the help of example. Suppose if you take 2 and 5. In between this number, it may be 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.5, 2.6 up to 5.9. But we are not taking these end values. End values in a bit bit. We are not taking this. Only one symbol tells you we are not taking. We are not taking. We are excluding. Excluding without that. That end points. Here the end points are A and B, interval, and is denoted by. See, in the flower bracket we are writing like this. If you write in this, so not flower bracket, round bracket. If you write in this round bracket A and A comma B, this is called an open interval. Understood? Open interval means we are not writing these end values. We are not writing end values in between 2 and 5. So excluding 2 and 5. This is an example. Not only 2 and 5. So this is called, mark this open interval. That means what is open interval, and always we have to move from left to right. Left to right means from smallest number to biggest number. See, we have to take two numbers. In, for example, 1 and 10. You have to write all the elements in between 1 and 10. It may be 1.1, 1.2, 9.9 like that. 9.99 and also it is there. But we are not taking 1 and 10. This much of English you will understand, no Kannada medium students, don't worry. So that means we are not taking the end points, only the between values. We are taking very close value but not end values, that we are denoting in the round bracket. This is called a open interval. Next, all the points here, that only I am explaining, all the points between A and B belongs to the open interval, A comma B. Understood? A and B, but we are not taking A and B, but A and B themselves do not belong to the interval. We are not considering that values, that is end values, we are not taking. That is, and this is a symbol for open interval. Understood? Please, if you write the note along with me, then you are very perfect in mathematics. Now we are moving to the next one. See the next one. The interval which contains the end points. So now we are taking end points, which contains end points also. In the previous we are not taking end point. Here we are taking end point also, is called closed interval. Closed interval, underline this, and is denoted by, see, in the square bracket A comma B. Thus, that means what is closed interval? We are taking the values with these two x such that it is lying between A and B. Maybe it may, sometimes it may be A also, or it may be B also. Next, and in some cases half it is open and half it is closed. We can also have intervals closed at one end and open at the other. That is, for example, if it is opened on left side, closed on right side. And how you are writing? X such that we are taking A. A means two symbols less than or equal X. This is only less than B. See, if you write slowly, you come to know this. Is an open interval from A to B, including A. See, square means it is a closed. Closed means including A but not B, but excluding instead of not excluding. Excluding means we are not taking B. And similarly we can define like this also. If you make the notes and if you read once, twice, thrice, now you at that time you are familiar. Now it is left side open, right side closed. So yes, tell me how you are telling. It contains B but not A. It includes B but excludes A. Yes. Is an open interval from A to B. From open interval from A to B including B but excluding A. Understood? And we have some figure. We are denoting these intervals with the help of figure. See, on the real line, suppose it is a open interval. A comma B is a open interval. On number line it is marking. If you write like this, open circle, this is a open interval. If you write closed interval, we have to close that circle. This is called, this is what? Closed interval. Suppose if you have a like this, this is closed, so complete the circle. This is open, this is A, this is B. This is A, this is B. Understood? Like this we are marking on the number line. And in between that we have so many numbers, that is infinitely many numbers, because you know that we are writing this on the real line, real number line. Real number line means it may contain a fraction, decimals, as I told, 1 comma 10. In between 1 comma 10 means don't write only 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. You can write 1.1, 1.01, 1.001 like that. You can, or 1 by 10 like that. You can write the decimals. Here we note that an interval contains infinitely many points. See, for example, the set X such that X belongs to set of real numbers and in between -5 and 7. See which type of a interval it is? It is a closed interval. So here this is a set builder form. This set builder form can be written in the form of interval. This is a set builder form. This set builder form can be written in the form of interval as, see, is it a closed interval or what? Yes, it contains a two symbols. Another form, suppose it is a, I am giving you in the interval form, then how you write this in the set builder form? X such that -3, here we have a closed. Closed means less than or equal, X less than 5. This is how we are writing in the set builder form. And the next important point is, now you are familiar with the intervals, open interval, closed interval, and one side open and one side closed. It may be open interval or it may be closed interval or it may be half open and half closed. In all the cases, if you write B minus CA, because you know that we are moving from left to right, from smaller number to bigger number minus a smaller number, this gives you the length of the interval, is the length of any of the intervals. It may be closed interval, it may be open interval, it may be semi-open or semi-closed, like that. In all the cases, this is the length, the number. After doing a subtraction, you definitely will get a number. The number B minus A. If you want to write it correctly, I will explain. The number, yes, write down. The number B minus A is the length of any of the intervals. It may be closed interval, it may be open interval, or it may be half open and half closed. So after that we are moving to the important part, that is a power set. Again we have a CET questions on this power set. So before going to the definition, I will explain with the help of example. Write down one example, one set 1, 2, 3. Write down all the sets, all the subsets of this set. All the subsets of this set. See, is anything is left? No. We wrote all the subsets containing single elements, containing two elements, writing all the three elements. So these are the subset. One more subset is there because null set is a subset of every set. So that's also I have to write. Now these are all the subsets of set A. And the set of all the subsets of set A is called power set of A. This is called the power set. This we are writing in the form of set. It is a set of all the subsets of the given set. First, that means what is the meaning? One set is given, you have to write all the subsets, including the set itself and a null set. Write down all the subsets and write down that in the form of set. It is a collection of all the subsets is called a power set. So now along with me write down the definition. The collection of all subsets of a set A is called the power set of A. It is denoted by P of A. See, that means one set is given, you have to write all the subsets of that, and that subset you have to write in the form of set. That collection is called power set. Mark this. That is called a power set and it is denoted by P of A. In power set, every element is a set. See the example, already I gave the example and it is very important. See, each and every element, is it a set or what? Yes, every one is a subset. Now, the example is this one. Same power set P of A is equal to null set and single element, double element and the set itself. And there is one important point we have to note down that again it is very important for CET. See here, in this example we have only 3 elements and it is very easy to calculate the power subsets. Suppose if it contains more than these elements, it is very tough. Now I am giving you one important formula to find the elements of power set. N means number of elements in the power set. 2 raised to if it contains n element, 2 raised to n. Suppose the set contains n element, 2 raised to n. Here it contains 3 elements. So it is 2 raised to 3. What is 2 raised to 3? You know 2 raised to 3 meaning? We have to multiply 2 3 times. That is 8. Count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the method. And remember 2 is always fixed. 2 is the base is always fixed and the power is nothing but it is the number of elements. So in general, if A is a set with number of elements in set A, when you are reading it is like this. By writing is like this, reading is number of elements in set A is equal to M. Then it can be shown that number of elements in the power set of set A is 2 raised to m. This is very important. How many elements are there that comes as a power? Next important part is universal set. Universal set. Universal set. Generally it is denoted by capital U. See, universal set, before going to definition I will explain. See, suppose one example is given for you. In that example only, which one is the biggest set? Among that, the biggest set is called a universal set. I am giving you some about example. See, in the given example, the biggest set is considered as universal set. Usually universal set is denoted by U. Already I gave that. Universal set is denoted by U. And its subsets are denoted by the letters A, B, C, continuation, etc. For example, for the set of all integers, the universal set is set can be the set of rational number, that is the set R of, or the set of real numbers also. You can take n is the set of natural number. Natural number is the smallest set, and for that you can take set of real number is a universal set. Or suppose if you take n and z, n is a set of natural number, z is a set of integers. Out of that two, which one is the bigger? Set of integers is a bigger. So set of integers we are taking as a universal set. Understood? So in the next class I will start with the exercise of NCERT 1.3. I think in the today's class you understood each and every point. So student, please watch this. Please share this video with your friends and like, give the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.